Hello, I'm back. My Zoom is running. This is running. Welcome back. I didn't even see I lost you guys. I lost everything. Well, that really frickin' sucked. Sorry about that. But I'm here. We're back. I know I said, Kathy said, uh-oh, and then that was the last I heard of it. Dagnabbit. You were sending another message. Yeah, so yeah, I have no clue what happened. All of a sudden the Zoom went out and then this went out and whatever. Today's just going to be one of those days. Today is going to be technical error day. I can just feel it.
Podium mic check. 1, 2, 3. Audio check. Good morning to our attendees who are joining us here in the board's hearing room, and good morning as well to the attendees who are joining us this morning on the virtual platform. My name is TJ Knight. I'm with the Board of Public Works. And if there are any members of the public who wish to offer commentary, I don't see anyone in the hearing room who is a member of the public. I do see city staff. And if there are any members of the public joining us on the virtual platform who wish to offer commentary on any of our items or general public comment, please raise your hand at this time. I will go through the attendees who have their hands raised, ask for you to identify which item you'd like to speak on, and then I will call upon you when we reach your item. And I'm just making some notes, and I will go ahead and start at the top of the list of attendees with Miriam. Good morning, Miriam.
Good morning. I would just like a general public comment, please.
Very well. I have you down for general public comment. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute. And I'll move next to Audit LA. Good morning, Audit LA.
Good morning, Mr. Knight and Commissioner Grant. I would like non-agenda item, public comment, and all items, please.
Talked about a little bit about politics.
Very well. Have you down for general public comment as well as all agenda items. Moving next to Henri M. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, TJ. Please mark me down for general public comment and all agenda item comment.
Very well. Henri, I have you down for public comment and all items. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. And I'll move next to Gigi. Gigi's iPhone. Good morning, Gigi.
I would just like general public comment.
Very well. Gigi, I have you down for public comment. Mona M. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Knight. I would like general public comment, please.
Very well. I have you down for public comment. I'm going to go ahead and lower your hand. If there's any other members of the public who are joining us on the virtual platform who wish to offer commentary on any of our items this morning, please raise your hand at this time, identify yourself for the record and which item you'd like to speak on. I'll record your information and we will call upon you when we get to your item. Time is 9:54. We should be starting the board meeting in approximately 6 or 7 minutes. Thank you.
Hey, Peter. Hey, Audit. You're on this and the women's meeting. I'm not even, I'm having technical issues. We're lucky we're getting this one. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna let you guys do that one. I thought it was just the Zoom and then my computer got bumped out too. Ganja. So I'm just I had to restart my whole damn stream. That was odd. At the women's meeting. Yeah, no, it was a Zoom thing because both of my Zooms went down. But it was my computer decided to bunk me off right at the same time too. It was weird. Ruh-roh. I did not run glare utilities. I run 3 different platforms usually sometimes at the same time. I run Firefox, Chrome, and what's that last one? There's a third one I run. I know. I run 3 different browsers at the same time because I like the different browsers do different things and play different websites in different areas. The other one starts with an R. I can't remember what it is. Nope, not Edge. Here, let me look real quick. It is Brave. Okay, where the hell did you go? Let's go. So, no, I don't think I like Edge. I don't think I even have seen Edge. If you want to, like if I wanted to sign in to my Scientology crimes and my Fat Grammy, you have to be on different browsers. Or you have to switch completely. Does that make sense? And so sometimes if I'm working on one, I need to have the other one open at the same time. Yeah, I don't think I've ever even tried Microsoft Edge. We all can unmute ourselves anytime we want.
morning once again to our attendees here in the board hearing room. If there are any members of the public on the Zoom platform who have not already identified themselves and which item they would like to offer commentary on. And so far I have Miriam, Radale, Henri M, Gigi, and Mona. If there's anyone else who wishes to offer commentary, please raise your hand at this time. Identify yourself for the record and which item you'd like to speak on. I will record your information and we will call upon you when we receive it. I did get a report that my volume on Zoom might be somewhat low, so I'll do my best to speak clearly and loudly into the microphone. Seeing no additional hands raised, I will say, I do see an additional hand raised at this time. Barbara Brody, good morning.
Good morning.
Would you like to offer commentary on any of our items or general public comment this morning?
I would like to raise general public comment, if I may.
Very well. I have you down for public comment, and I'll call upon you when we reach that portion of the proceedings.
Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute. And it is 9:59. We should get started momentarily. Thank you.
Yeah, I think his volume is perfect. Peter, you'll have to show me how to do that. And you can't use Firefox on StreamYard. You have to use a different browser.
Recording in progress.
President Corson, we are now in record mode.
Thank you and welcome everyone to the Board of Public Works meeting for Monday, April 14th. Mr. Knight, if you'd like to take roll call and establish quorum for us, please.
Very well. Good morning, President Corson, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Kang, and Commissioner Mitchell are present. We do have a quorum. We are joined this morning by City Attorney Representative Adina Hopenstan. I am TJ Knight with the Board of Public Works. President Corson, we have 5 public comment cards on the Zoom platform and 2 multiple item commenters on the Zoom platform. We have no speaker cards in the hearing room, and we have no neighborhood council commentary this morning.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Knight. We'll start with general public comment, which is an opportunity for the public to address the board on public interest items, and we provided up to 1 minute per person for a cumulative total of 10 minutes for the general public comment segment of each regular meeting. Testimony shall be limited in content to matters which are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. The board may not take any action on matters discussed during the public comment period. And we have our city attorney, Adina Hopenstan, who will make sure you're staying within time and on topic.
Very well. Thank you, President Carson. We'll go ahead and get started with public comment with Miriam.
Hi. I'm here once again to address the concern regarding street vacation of L. Ron Hubbard Way. I have strong reasons to believe that the reason for the street vacation application is purely to hide these criminal organizations' activities regarding human trafficking, forced labor, psychological labor, and physical violence against their members that have signed a billion-year contract. This is not just a matter of vacating a street. This is a matter of allowing these people to have their basic human rights. And we are doing our best to work for that every single week, also when we attend your meetings. So please bear this in mind when you are reviewing this application. Thank you.
We will move next to Audit LA. Good morning, Audit LA.
Good morning. I want to talk about the special event permits that are starting to crop up again. They have one for Easter, and I know that you won't be able to get an inspector out there for Easter Sunday. I wish you would, though. But I am going to ask that you please demand oversight to make sure they have followed every procedure correctly. I do not believe they have. I want to ask you to make sure that they keep the fire lane open. I do not believe they will. I want you to make sure that they allow, the pedestrians to pass through, and that they follow the laws and the rules. I am going to ask that you maintain also to keep looking, that you do send inspectors out if it's not on a holiday weekend. I get it. There needs to be more oversight. We cannot have another year like the past 30 years where they consistently for the entire season shut down that street the entire time and break every rule. Noise too. You need to check the noise volumes. So the neighbors aren't they are up in arms about it. They're sick and tired of it. Everybody wants you guys to act.
Thank you. That's 60 seconds. We'll move next to Henri M. Go ahead, Henri.
The definition of malicious prosecution is you single out a particular person and you selectively enforce the law with them while ignoring it for others. That's what this board has done. A couple of years ago, you did it to William Goode. Okay, you had him arrested bogusly under a 5611 violation, and then you fined him. Yet you're not doing that for Scientology. All right, that is the definition of a malicious prosecution under the city attorney's office. Second of all, a man was here from a club. He was fined and he was complaining about why is it that other organizations aren't fined when they don't have the proper Type R permits. Yet again, malicious prosecution where you find him and his nonprofit, yet not Scientology. You guys right now are engaged in malicious prosecution at the behest of City Attorney Heidi Soto. That is the definition of malicious prosecution, selective enforcement and favoritism. Malicious prosecution is what this board is guilty of repeatedly.
Thank you, Henri. That's 60 seconds. We'll move next to Gigi. Go ahead, Gigi.
Today, I'm going to focus on the special events permits. One thing that I witnessed a couple weeks back, or actually a few weeks back at this point, they had a special event and they had live music going. It was blaring so loud that the neighbor kept coming across the street to tell them that it was bothering him, that it was shaking his house. And at the same time, they had music playing. This was over on Catalina, where he was. And then on actual L. Ron Hubbard Way, they were blasting their own songs over and over, the same song over and over, like you're torturing someone. And I don't know how they're allowed to keep getting special event permits. The season, is changing to where it's getting nicer, to where they're going to ask for more and more. Please do not let them get endless permits this year. Thank you.
We'll move next to Mona M. Go ahead, Mona.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. Commissioners, thank you. That's me again, Mona. We didn't really align these talks whatsoever. It just happens to be this is something that's really been happening is the special events. I went to the special events calendar this morning and it's not even on there. It's not on issued permits. It's not on non-issued permits. It's not on regular yearly permits. So do they even have a permit for Easter coming up? Good question. But two, are they going to be enforced by LAPD like they were last year, which was absolutely atrocious, and not enforced in the correct manner? But it's not on your website, so I don't think they even have a permit. Go figure. Thank you. I yield back my time.
Thank you, Mona. We'll move next to Barbara.
Thank you, President Coruscant. Good morning, Commissioners. I would like to call your attention to Council File number 22-1154-S1, which has been introduced by Councilmember McCosker to initiate an RFP for a digital kiosk advertising program. This program will directly compete with and undermine STAP program revenues, which this board and the city have committed to as a very important way of providing shade and shelter for transit riders. Advertisers allocate a certain number of dollars for out-of-home or outdoor advertising in each marketplace. What will be placed on IKE structures or digital kiosk structures will compete with STAP. Furthermore, this plan has been in the Tourism and Convention Board's agenda since 2016 and was well before the city committed to STAP. Furthermore, the city attorney said that this project would need to be approved by the Board of Public Works, so you play an important role in this program's evaluation. You were removed from the motion.
That's 60 seconds. And seeing no additional hands raised, that concludes public commentary this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. With that, we'll close the general public comment portion of today's meeting and move on to the multiple agenda items public comment, which is a board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item comment for up to 1 minute per item, up to a total of 3 minutes per meeting. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item.
Thank you, President Carson. We'll go ahead and start with Audit LA. And please identify which item you're speaking on.
Good morning again. All agenda items. I would like to talk about the fish, right? We're looking again to monitor the fish. And every time I see things coming up on here, I always get a little nervous because, like with the before the fires was like a lot of water. Now we're getting a lot of, looking for the water and the fisheries and all that stuff. So I like, is there something going on with our fisheries? Is there something going on with our lakes or rivers that, I get that things need to be monitored and that could be just, oh, sorry, earthquake detected. Hold on. Sorry, there's an earthquake detected. So can I get my time, a little bit of time back? Because I just got an earthquake alert. But can you hear me?
Audit LA, we're going to pause your time.
Thank you. There's an earthquake alert.
Yeah, we're going to pause your time.
Thank you. Tell me when.
All right, Mr. Knight, please, let's continue Audit LA's time.
Audit LA, I've gone ahead and unmuted you, and you have 2 minutes. Go ahead.
All right. Thankfully, I'm glad I didn't feel that one. Okay. So so I'm concerned about the fishes. Like I'm always concerned. We're always concerned about shellfish. I would love to go, fishing or whatever, but it always does concern me. So the fact that I'm seeing this more than one time in a week, is there a problem? Like, do you guys notify the public that there's a problem? Or is it that you try to fix it without notification? So I'm just asking for more transparency because it is a concern, like I want our fish clean, because I'm like, I'm obsessed. Like I could eat nothing but like fish and seafood probably, and so I do, I am worried about if they're looking for, mercury or whatever, but I just hope it goes beyond just monitoring. Like I'm seeing a lot for monitoring, but I would like to get into like, what are they going to do once they monitor it and they realize there's a problem? Is there a plan for that? Because I know you're doing a lot with retention right now, but this is really important because I mean, like especially now with things as high as the prices they are, probably a lot more people would like to go fishing and save, money on on the very high price of fish and shellfish. And I didn't even know you could go shrimping here in our area. So I find that fascinating. I would love to do it, but I'm a little nervous. So please just go from not just monitoring, but making sure it is clean and also transparency. With that, I yield the rest of my time.
Thank you, Audit LA. I made an error in granting you 3 minutes as we only have 2 items on our agenda. So for the other multiple agenda item commenter, Henri, you will get 2 minutes.
Hey, Sophia.
And I'm going to unmute you at this time. Go ahead, Henri.
So again, looking at the multiple agenda items here, part of the procurement process when you solicit task orders is that you run a risk assessment. And part of that risk assessment, which I know directly from the voice of your own city controller, is you consider alternative and all options of funding, not just because somebody is pre-qualified and you've worked with them in the past. Pre-qualified does not automatically mean as part of the procurement process that you use them just cause, okay? You're trying to get a $3 million cost from a pre-qualified vendor, which really doesn't mean anything, when the fact of the matter is there are more than one ways to allocate and get that budget for executing this work. And this board, by your own attachments here, has failed to see and actually consider seriously other means of revenue to make this task happen. Now we know, right? We know when it comes to similar infrastructure costs, whether it be simple sidewalk repairs, or street repairs, it takes about 10 years just for consideration, about 20 to actually execute, right? And clearly right now the city is in a budget crisis. Okay. If you take a look at number 2, it's the same issue. You have yet another pre-qualified vendor, which again doesn't really mean anything. Just because they're pre-qualified doesn't mean that ipso facto by default you're supposed to and should always use them. That's just not how that works. Okay, your own city controller has clarified you guys don't do risk assessments and do not actually pursue alternative and all forms of funding. One of those big streams of funding you could do is actually extracting fines from people that have violated not only LAMC code, but various other laws. Your city attorney staff are already bought and paid for. They're your in-house general counsel. So the fact that this board refuses to actually use them to prosecute people that have violated the law.
I'm going to put you on mute, and that concludes multiple agenda item commentary this morning. President Corson.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. With that, we will close the multiple agenda item public comment for today's meeting, and we will move on to approval of the minutes from Friday, March 28th. If there's a
I'm gonna
second
go
to my
ahead
motion.
Second.
We'll just leave that on while we chat. Yeah, Antics and Danny are both down there, Danny and Leah. That 6.0 down there in San Diego is crazy. Thanks, Haggis, for that. Danny is live right now. Somebody want to pop in there and make sure he's okay? Please, please. And hello, Matt. Yeah, earthquakes are no joke. Being from Alaska, we had earthquakes all the time, just like you guys do in California. At least you don't have to worry about the anticipation, like with a typhoon or a hurricane, something like that coming. You have to wait for it. You know it's coming. You're wondering if it's going to hit you. Earthquakes just boom. They hit. Yep, and then lots of aftershocks. Three kilometers south of Julian, California. Yeah, 6.0 is no joke, especially when it's underneath you. Thank you, Joe. Well, I'm not talking fine. I'm dying here. Oh, I hate it when you get the coughs and you can't stop. Haggis. You're funny. Okay, guys. go to Danny's or maybe go see if Antics is going to come on live or MD Media. And hello, MD. I'm going to scoot. Thanks for having the meeting with me. I'll talk to you guys later. I don't know what it is, Joe. I think it is allergies, but love you all.